What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Moo Trades. Today we are going to take a look at the ES S&P 500 futures of yesterday's price action, September 23rd. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I sat on my computer around 6 a.m. and I could see that there was a very strong downtrend. And even though there was a break and a new low, I really wasn't uh, ready to take longs just yet because of how strong the downtrend was and just because of the recent days price action. It's been very, very bearish. But like I said, if there's a break and a new low, that can signal that a downtrend is potentially over, or that we might see some congestion following. And right here we have market open, and we see that we have some more bearish momentum, but we actually have a second entry short right here. Counting from this low, we have a first entry short once the green bar ticked below the one previous to it, followed by a second entry short when we ticked up and reversed. But I skipped this trade because there was just several bars stacked up here. It would have worked out, but you never know in that case. Now we can also see that there is a sort of range forming like so. And now we keep pushing down, keep pushing down. I'm not looking for longs yet, even though we are approaching the bottom of this range because, like I said, the price action has been very bearish all day. Also, we can kind of see that there's a trend line or trend channel forming like this. So now we can look for either traps in the short direction or any pullbacks of the EMA that look nice. Right here, it's just a lot of stacked bars. Once again, want to stay out of that. And just a lot of congestion. So it's important just to stay on your hands, be patient, and wait for the trend to present itself. We did have a break and a new low of this downtrend, but because we keep pushing lower, we can also start looking for an even wider trend channel that looks something like this, at least to give us an idea of how bearish the day really is. And we see that we have a new low here, one pullback, first entry, another pullback, second entry, and another pullback, a sort of trap trade, triple test of these levels, another rejection bar, followed by an even congestion within this wider congestion, but because it's the third bounce, third bearish bar, you can argue for this trade as well, and it would have worked out. You can even argue for this lower high, thinking that we are going to at least test these lows, and it would have worked out again. And we keep pushing lower, keep pushing lower, keep pushing lower. And at this point, like I said, we are only looking for short opportunities. We don't want to jump the gun and look for a reversal when we could just get trapped. And here we see a first entry short, second entry short, but it is above the EMA, this bearish bar. So I would have waited. On a day like today, you're going to get a lot of good setups. And yeah, see, you would have got trapped right there. Let's take a look at that again. So we have a new low. We were going up. We had a first entry short right there. Pulled back again to the long side. Rejection bar. Second entry short right there, but it is above the EMA, and that's why it did not work out. Now we see a lot of more congestion, so we just stay patient, and prices are just moving sideways at this point. So let's kind of give ourselves a little illustration so we can visually see what's going on. And we see we have another touch at these highs, confirming at least not confirming, but at least giving us another reason to think that prices will turn at these highs. I wasn't ready to go short just yet because this was a higher high. If it was a lower high, I would have been confident in it. But we keep pushing, and finally we go lower. And once we approach these lows, we're expecting at least a temporary bounce. And we see that prices are struggling to really push above the EMA, but let's see what happens. And we just have a lot more congestion, and prices seem like they just want to keep going lower and lower and lower. I really don't see any nice entries, but once they present themselves, we'll be sure to jump on it. And we zoom out once again, just give ourselves an idea. Okay, we're in a massive downtrend, but at the same time, we're in this congestion, and let's just wait until we get out of it. So we reach these highs once again. If we have a lower high, I really don't like taking this short. You could argue for it because it's the first, second, third, fourth. I'll mark it, but until we have a lower high is when I really like to take those entries. Like right here, lower high off of the EMA, but it is a far move down. I believe I actually took this trade and got trapped. Yes, I did. We had this high, we pushed below the EMA, we had a lower high, but because it had traveled so far, at this point you want to look for second entries. I made a mistake. Lower highs really should be just a couple bars after the recent high, but you learn, and here we actually have a second entry short, which would have worked out, which is the correct trade to take in this case. And here we actually have another lower high confirming the second entry. So we're at this low, we went up, we had a first entry short, second entry short, great trade, and then a lower high confirming the second entry short, looking to at least touch these lows and really get down to the lows of the day. So there were a couple trades right there, and that's why we kept pushing lower. So now we're chugging along, and we just keep going lower. So let's see what our even wider term trend channel might look like. And you might try putting something like this, but at the end of the day, this is really just to fit prices. It doesn't have to be too neat. What really you want to pay attention to is the short-term, thinner trend channels. But this is a very, very bearish day, so you just want to take advantage as much as you can on the moves. Even though there was a lot of volatility, I feel like it was pretty tough to get a runner today just because it was a lot of sideways followed by a lot of down, followed by a lot of sideways. But we can see that, yeah, these prices want to keep going lower. I see an entry right here that I actually like. Congestion, followed by one attempt, second attempt to break out of here, but another rejection at the EMA at these price levels. These prices, these bars were stacked. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're a little more aggressive than me, you could take that trade, but I would skip that trade. But I'm just marking it for the sake of marking it and to give you an idea of what I look for. So now we just have a lot more price action, sideways movement. However, we have a second entry long right here. Kind of a hidden second entry long. It is a matching high, but it's not touching the EMA, so you want to stay away from that as well. And yeah, we just have a lot of sideways price action before we really do anything significant. And just tough to find a trade within all of this. I'm sure you can argue for several of these, but it's better just to wait for the really, really textbook high quality setups. And yeah, we just keep moving sideways. But I think that's just going to wrap up the video. This is getting further into the day. I marked some really, really good setups. This is how I like to study. If you guys enjoy watching the videos, leave me a comment, leave me a like. I really appreciate it. Peace out.